Hello and welcome to your Mercury going direct video, and this is a collective message for everyone. Now, Mercury went retrograde on the 29th of December 2022 in the sign of Capricorn. Mercury has to do with our mind and travel, small distance trips, communication, technology, all of those things. So when Mercury goes retrograde, basically it's a time where we can have miscommunication. It almost feels like a lot of things from the past re-enter our lives. A retrograde experience is almost like we feel like we're moving backwards. We are taking this time to look at things from the past. Conflicts, communications, relationships, and people from the past can re-enter your life. And this is where you can even have conflict over past issues re-emerge. And that's what happened on the 29th of December 2022 when we went into the Mercury retrograde period, where things are delayed. And also we have this mental fog where we just feel tired. And depending where you have it within your chart during that period, it would have activated certain areas of your life. A lot of time during the Mercury retrograde period, people feel as though their mental health is not at its best. It's where we can find ourselves more anxious, more worried, or even just mentally fatigued. Like we just do not have the energy to mentally think about things or to focus. So when Mercury goes direct, and that is happening on the 18th of January 2023, this energy lifts off of us. Mercury is now going to be in the direct motion, and it stations to go direct on the 18th of January 2023. We do have a post-shadow period 2 weeks after. So we'll have a post-shadow period, the time in which for Mercury to gain its speed once again. And with that energy, it gives us the ability to mentally focus. We are now dealing with current issues and events, and we're moving forward. We are taking what we experienced during the Mercury retrograde period as lessons. The one thing I notice, a lot of people tend to, put down the Mercury retrograde period. Yes, it is a time where we can feel personally challenged. We met with more delays. We feel more frustrated because we might have booked an appointment, but we forgot we had it. So we delayed on all these things that we need to do. And miscommunication, you might say something to someone and they take it the wrong way. All of those things can happen. However, what I do find the Mercury retrograde period very good for, tying up loose ends, completing projects, things coming to a final completion. And this also happens to in relationships. But it's good for projects if you want to, tie them up before we completely go into the new year. So that was what that period was definitely used for, and what I found personally during this Mercury retrograde period was very good for open, honest communication, in the sense where we bring in healing, right? Where apologies are good and where healing can come through, where we can understand each other from our different perspectives. So if you had something, maybe a misunderstanding with someone that was going on prior to the Mercury retrograde, and then Mercury goes retrograde, and then all of a sudden maybe you or the other person has an epiphany about what they were doing, and this can lead to an open and honest discussion, which can be healing, where no one is blaming anyone. It's just, I'm sorry if I've been acting in a previous way, and so to speak. So that's what I find Mercury retrograde periods good for, especially, because people do tend to come back into our lives. And so what we can use that period for, which is very good for it, is to actually have understanding and healing during that time. So if someone pops back into your life, it's not a good idea sometimes to just write them off, during the Mercury retrograde period, because once Mercury goes direct, we second guess everything, right? And we have this realization. So it's a good time to kind of allow people to come back in and get the closure that you need. And moving forward when Mercury is direct, see how things progress. See how that person that came back into your life progresses. Is it the same old, or is there an actual change or shift within that person or yourself? So that's the important thing to remember. Mercury retrograde periods, yes, can be challenging, but it's a great time to tie up loose ends a great time to complete things. It's a great time to gain understanding of something that's probably been going on previously. Maybe you didn't get the understanding. Mercury retrograde can show you, okay, maybe this is what was going on with this person, and maybe they think of you and now connect to you, and you can have that open and honest discussion. But like I said, important, they must be willing to change. So it's a good time to also take into stock and, just be aware that once Mercury goes direct, now how does this person react and respond to you? Okay, it's not a great time though to start anything new or even relationships. We then normally, when Mercury's in the direct motion, we second guess the choices that we made. So that being said, now that Mercury is officially going direct, we have some great news. All these delays, misunderstandings, conflicts, all of those things now won't be happening as much, or even past experiences. We are now going to be able to move forward. You must remember, while we were in this Mercury retrograde, we were also dealing with a Mars retrograde, which could brought up a lot of frustration and aggravation and anger. Okay, that was also happening with the Mercury retrograde, which could have spurred Mercury on, so to speak. But now that Mercury is going direct, Mars is also direct. It went direct on the 12th of January, and Mercury is going direct on the 18th of January 2023. We can now move forward with our goals, plans, manifestations, what we want to do. Excellent time to focus, get going. So if you found the early start to the year a bit of a slow one, a bit of one where you were met with situations that you couldn't really see your way out of, or you were just stuck thinking negatively. It can happen during a Mercury retrograde, where even though you're trying to keep positive and an open mind, your mind is just slipping. That's why it affects our mental health. It's important to know now that Mercury is going direct. Work on those things, release those things, affirm what you want to create within your life. And not only is Mercury going direct on the 18th, we have Uranus going direct on the 22nd of January. And this is important as well, because after that, all planets are direct until April. So it's go time. It's time to get moving. It's a time to really put our energy, because all planets are direct, into the external world of what we want to create, what do we want to see, how can we move forward with things, how can we prepare for what we want within our lives, and really take action upon it. So it's a beautiful time. Understand that. Beautiful energy going forward, and we can really focus on what we want. We really can go after the things that we really want to see within our lives. Next Mercury retrograde will be happening on the 21st of April 2023, and all planets are direct after the 22nd, when Uranus stations to go direct. So go, make plans, manifest, call into your life what you want to call into your life, take action upon it, and go after your dreams. Thank you so much for watching. My website's linked down below if you'd like a reading, as well as a link for appreciation of this video. You can comment down below how the Mercury retrograde had you feeling. You can also comment about, what do you want to bring into your life? What are you hoping to achieve in the next couple of months? Thank you so much for watching.